Yeah, this video is for someone who is wanted to raise broilers and to know the total costs of broilers, how much they consume, how much are they bought, and everything. This video is for you. I am Castles Robert Bukenya, former Secretary of Qatar and Turkey. Please subscribe on this channel. Yeah, that means a lot to me. Always hit on the notification bell, like the video, and please share it. Yeah, straight to the point. How much does it cost to raise let's say 500 broilers? 500 broilers. Now the answer is here. Please, not only even chicken alone. Please, if you want to do something, if you want to do anything, and for this case, let's say poultry, if you want to do like those 500 broilers, please leave some things out. Like you want to do the total cost of what, the water, the litter, the sacks. You're not going to do anything in life. One thing I'm going to tell you what you should have in your head is what, just know that the estimate of keeping all the 500 is what. And that estimate, I told you in those recent videos, like there's an interview I had with someone. Is it James? Yeah, someone. I link it somewhere and we'll see it. The estimate was 4.5 M to 5 million Ugandan shillings. 4.5 to 5 million. So just keep in your head that 500 broilers need how much? How much money? 5 million. Then go for the thing. If they ask you this, you buy. Ask you the can you buy? Then saying I need to know this, I need to know this. You're not going to do anything in this world. Because if we say each and everything, you need to start with this, to start these farms. People, you won't do these things. First of all, poultry is capital intensive. You have to put in. There is no shortcut. You can't say that I'm going to avoid this, But however, I'm going to do what you asked me to give you the things. Now let's start with buying the chicks. They all the chicks. Each bird, each chick, they all is like $1. That is 3,300, 3,400, 3,500. Some are 3,000. However, I don't advise anyone who is starting to raise, but even those who are already in the thing, to raise, buy cheap stuffs and to avoid them. Those cheap things have implications, bad implications, negative implications. You buy a cheap chick at 2,500, it's not vaccinated against Maliks. If you decide to vaccinate Maliks is expensive. You end up like the money you're trying to avoid. You find it in the wrong run somewhere, maybe in the vaccination. So I urge you, if you're starting this thing, please look for the recognized company. That's one. Look for, can I say expensive? No. But a relatively fair price. Don't go for cheap things. Don't go for cheap things, please. No. So that is it. We are still saying that if we were to buy these chicks 500 times 3, let's say 3,300 times 500, that's like 1.65 million Uganda shillings. Around there. Then you put that money, you put that aside. Then you go to people, just keep that 5 million with you. The rest of the things, I'm not going now to say a sack of litter is 3,000. But let me give it to you. It's what you asked me to do. So you need a litter. How do you call that? What? Not litter actually. Wood shavings. You need the wood shavings. Wood shavings. You can use coffee husks. Some use rice husks. So you get them. You put them as they are bedding. When they are still young, you have to do that brooder. A video will come very soon. How to make a brooder, what is there in the brooder, what everything about the brooder. Very soon, we shall do that video. So after making that brooder, you need the money to buy feed. You need to buy them feeds. But remember, we said on the other 5 million includes the feeds, buying the chicks, buying this the shelving. I said for the beddings, the husks, the vitamins, the vaccinations, and the broilers. If you're going to keep them for 4 weeks, that's 1 month, or 88 days. You're going to some companies like Kenny Chick, that one from Kenya. There is vaccinate some things in their hatcheries. Even on day one, they vaccinate some things. Most actually vaccinate. The recent birds which I got from them, they are vaccinated against Malix, Newcastle 1, Gomboro. So when they bring them to you, you are going to vaccinate them either 2 or 3 times. The broiler ones, all 4. 2 Newcastle, 2 Gomboro. Newcastle 1, Newcastle 2. Gomboro 1, Gomboro 2. So on that 5 million we said, we said you're supposed to be having, we cater for the vaccination, whatever. And it's not expensive. A bottle is 10,000, some 12. Those vaccines. So what else? What else do we need in maybe labor in 500 birds when if you're not the one who's going to be working them. It depends on where you are. In the villages, it's different from town. But I advise someone who's below 500. You're supposed to be the one working in those whatevers. Don't dedicate. Maybe if you're around the farm, hey, you can check their monitor every time, then it is okay. But if you're going to do them and you're my friend, however much you want to risk, but the risks are supposed to be calculated. Risking is good. We are supposed to risk, because the higher the risk, the higher the rate of the return. But it's supposed to be calculated. They are supposed to be calculated risks. More about broilers, costs and raising them. Even if they get some diseases, and the most diseases which affect these broilers, raise, cough, and coccidiosis. Raise, cough, and coccidiosis. Cough, flu, some fever. And maybe if you don't give them enough warmth in the brooder, then you'll have to get have to face Gomboro. Gomboro will hit you badly. Those who want to save on the charcoal, what those things. With this business, the savings should not compromise the quality. Like if you're buying the chicks, that let me go buy cheaper quality chicks. No. No. Let me look for cheap feeds. Because you can go and buy maize brand. Because they sort that maize brand. There is this one for 1,000 and for 700. The first thing which come into my mind, why is this one 1,000? Why is this one 700? Because you might find the one of 700 has 70% brand, maize brand, 30% lime, or 30% cassava flour. Because they get those cassava whatevers, they turn them into powder and mix them in the brand. Then you go buy because you want to save on everything. Now you buy cassava, whatever, you give to these layers, they don't lay. The production will just decrease. You give to broilers, they will cut the weight and will be in for it. So, another thing about broilers is I said that mostly the which always affect them is coccidiosis, flu, and cough. Gomboro is always if you don't give them enough warmth in the what? In the brooder. But if you do the right thing, we shall put the entire process of the brooder here. When you bring some chicks in the long run, some time to come, we shall show everything here, and you get to know what a brooder is, what always they doing a brooder, what. Some people decide to keep these broilers. Some decide to extend them and keep them for 2 months. But keep them for 2 months if you have the market. First spot, I'll find out the market. Then you extend them for 2 months or 3 months. Because broilers are the whole of Uganda widely consumed at 4 weeks, 28 days or 1 month. Beyond there, you have to be having that market somewhere, ready somewhere. Yes. Or you have a butcher, like you have a butcher you sell for someone as a butcher that will take them, they measure and kilo, then they buy them a kilo. Oh, recently, I last heard some time back, Ugachik used to buy, Ugachik company here in Majije, used to buy those bigger whatevers beyond 2 months. They used to buy them. That was some time back. I don't know now. Yeah, but starting broilers, you don't need to say, I want this, I'm going to have this, let me first have this. No. Keep in mind in your head that if you're going to start with 500 broilers, keep by yourself keep somewhere 5 million. If you're going to start with 100, that means like 1 million. If 200 birds, those are 2 million. But this 5 million we are talking of doesn't involve the structures. No. Mafi. Nedda. The 5 million we are talking of caters for the purchasing the day old chicks, feeding them, vaccinations, vitamin, medication. This wood shaving you said you put it down. Caters for what else? That's all. Not a building. No. Some people, there are some alternatives they use on the feeds. The alternatives they use on feeds. You know this off peelings of the matoke. They cut the matoke, those off cuts. So they cut them into pieces, but not on the young broilers. No, the mature ones like 2 weeks, 3 weeks plus. They cut them into pieces, then they mix in the feeds and give them. Yeah, to cut on the cost of the feeds, but it's kind of risky because those whatevers have some worm. Maybe if you first wash those whatevers before cutting them, wash them. You can add in some salt on them. Then you mix in their feeds. However, maybe we stick to that. Let's use this whatever the common one, most used one. Where you get a concentrate with maize bran and the broken. Actually, these days they don't even put in maize bran. You get a concentrate, then you put in broken maize and give them. Some use pellets from day 1 to the last day, the 4th week. They use pellets. Those who don't use pellets, they use the concentrate with the broken maize. I don't know if there is someone out there who's still using fish, cotton, maize bran, broken, that old formula for broilers. If there is that person out there, please inbox me and tell me how you do that. Because we used to do things sometime back and it will work very well. But these things I don't even know. Even if you give them the bad those broken whatevers, the broken maize. So that's all for the broilers today. How much does it cost to start to raise those 500 broilers? Now I don't know what's wrong with these layers. Let me show them to you. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. They're stopping, but they are making some funny noise.